What's up, gang? It's your girl Fearless Tip from Philo and Tip, and I'm back with another video. So as you guys can see from the title, we're doing a story time on my coming out story. Man, if you guys haven't already seen Philo's coming out story, then make sure that you go watch that video. And I also have no surprise for you. I have a part 2 of my coming out story coming out. This one is going to be the first time I came out. The second one is going to be how I came out to my mom. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. Make sure you stay tuned to that. Watch my baby's video. Subscribe to our channel, Them White Girls, Philo and Tip. Subscribe to my brand new channel, Fearless Tip, which is just me being me, all raw, unedited, just whatever. Cause yeah, like I'm pretty, I'm pretty bomb diggity. I say so myself. So with that being said, we're just gonna go ahead and dive right into this video, part 1, my coming out story. So let's kick it off. Let's go. Alrighty, so I'm sorry, I can't stop fidgeting with my hair. But my coming out story, young Tip, how did you come out to the people? Well, I'm sorry, I'm by my window and it's noisy. Downtown Atlanta, you always hear it. But anyway, so my original coming out story, man, bruh, let me tell y'all. So I was texting one of my big sisters. She's not my real big sister, but she is my big sister because she literally grew up 3 houses down the road from me. Her name is Glow. I call her Glow, Glowworm. I love you, bitch. If you're watching this, I love you. But anyway, I was texting her or whatever, and we was just talking about God, who knows what at that time, because girl, young Tip was young Tip. But anyway, we was texting out each other back and forth or whatever, and then Glow had asked me, oh, well, have you had any interest in females? And I was like, yeah, I thought about it, but I never really acted on it. She was like, oh, well, have you told anyone? I was like, no, I haven't told nobody. She was like, not even your brother, because my older brother on my mom's side, he's gay. So gosh, if you're watching this, baby, I love you. Hey girl, what's up? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I have my moments. But she was like, have you told him or whatever? And I was like, no, I haven't told him. So that made me text my brother. It was around like, God knows, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, Alabama time. So I was texting him and I was like, hey, what you doing? I need to talk to you. He was like, oh, I ain't doing nothing, just chilling or whatever. What you want to talk about? So I was being around the bush for a little minute, and then I finally came out and told him, I was like, yo, I like girls. I have always liked girls. And I don't know how you're going to feel or how you're going to take it. Like, and I sent it. I ain't hear nothing back from him. I called. He didn't pick up the phone. So I just kept texting him like, oh my God, like, please, like, I love you. Please understand. Don't judge me. I just to the fourth. Like, I was going in. I sent him like 15 text messages back to back. Just trying to make sure that, like, he didn't view me differently from what I was, because I'm still your little sister at the end of the day, and I still love you. Like, my brother is my best. My brothers are my best friends. Period. Like, don't get me wrong, I have other close friends, other sisters, other best friends, play sisters, but my brothers are it for me. If you know me, you know I love my brothers, okay? Oshkosh, I love you. Booby, I love you too. Mwah. He just got married. Congratulations on your marriage. My brother is off in LA somewhere living his best life, and I'm so proud of him. But my brother's like it for me, so for him to take that long to respond, like, it was driving me crazy. So fast forwarding on, he finally did respond back to the message. He was like, girl, I'm just shocked, I'm just in awe, you know, because I am his baby. Like, my brother raised me, okay, so to speak. Not so much as providing roof and food and clothes, stuff like that, but when I say he raised me, like, he looked out for me. He taught me how to hold myself, how to value myself. Hell, he taught me how to walk in heels. To be quite honest, hello, some bitch. Yes, I learned from a queen, but that's neither here nor there. Sorry. But yeah, he was just like, oh, I'm in awe, stuff like that. Like, you know, I wouldn't judge you. I love you. You know, I accept you. In so many words. And I was just boohooing, crying, like I was bawling out, crying, bawling out, crying, bawling out, crying, bawling out, crying. So that gave me the confidence to, you know, like, hey, I told him, well, let me try and sit my other best friends down and tell them, because at the time it was Moo and Shan Ice. So we was like the three amigos all throughout junior high and high school. Like, them was my girls, okay? Them were my girls, for real, for real. I had like 2 sets of best friends. One of them was in band. Cayenne and Kashawn, that was my best friends in band. And then I had Moo and Shan Ice. That was my best friends that were, you know, that I walked through the halls with, walked to class with every day. And Cayenne and Keyshawn will go away on band trips and stuff like that. So I had best friends when I was on the road. But Shan Ice and Moo, they're my cousins too, as well. Like, me and Moo, we been tight at the hips since we was like, yay, high to grass hop. But we ain't cool no more. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that on out there. I don't know what happened, you know, but I do know what happened, but that's another story time. But anyway, Moo and Shan Ice, I had sat them two down and I had told them, because all this went on my senior year of high school. I was getting ready to go off to college. Everybody's about to get ready to go their own different ways. And it was like, man, I'm about to start this brand new life. And I was happy that my brother finally accepted me. So let me go ahead and just, you know, tell them, because they love me, I love them. They should be accepting, you know, whatever. So I had told them before I told Keyshawn and Cayenne. But anyway, I had sat Moo and Shan Ice down. We was over at Moo grandparents' house. I love them. That was my grandparents. Granddad and grandma, I love y'all if y'all see this. But anyway, we were over at their house and we was in Moo room. And I was like, man, I gotta tell y'all something. I don't want y'all to judge me. And it was like, man, Tip, go ahead and tell us what it is. Tip, what it is. Tip, what it is. Tip, what it is. Tip. So I was like, okay. So I had told him, I was like, well, I like girls. You know, just came out and just blatantly said it, okay? And my other, well, I don't call her best friend. I actually call her my little sister. Her name is Kiki. Lil' Ken, Kiki. We live right down the road from each other. She went at Moo house at the time, but she knew, like, she accepted me, but she already knew before I even had anything to say to her, so that was a non-factor. But getting back to Moo and Shan Ice, like, yeah, like, I told them, it was like an awkward pause. And then, like, you know how when you tell somebody, like, for all my LGBTQ plus, okay, my family, you know how when you tell somebody that, like, you like girls or whatever, and then they get this, oh, so do that mean you like me type of feeling off of them? And I'm just, that was the type of feeling that I had got off them. And of course it came around to that, and I was like, no, I never looked at you like that. No, I never had feelings for you like that. You're still my best friends. Like, y'all are like my sisters. I want to tell you guys first. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to go ahead and clear the air. But with me saying that to them, that shifted our friendship. And I mean, like, we have been friends since we were little kids. And I felt the shift, but I didn't say anything, because most of the time when you speak on things, it actually happens and it becomes true. But I'm not gonna get emotional behind it either. But yeah, it's like over the course of like what, it's 2018, yeah. So over the course of like 4, maybe 5 years, our friendship just started to diminish. Like, don't get me wrong, I know that when you graduate high school, people go off and they do their own different things, and you know, they're finding themselves, becoming themselves, they meet new people, and it's always a new experience, and I do welcome that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm the type of person, like, I look out for people. I look out for people the long way, strong way. Like, long way, strong way. If I fucks with you, I fucks with you. That's just point blank period. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me. But I know that with me fucking with people at a 100% real state, that not a lot of people are on the same mindset as me. That, and that's not to belittle them or nothing like that, because they're super intelligent, they're super smart, they're super beautiful. I don't have nothing bad to say about them. But it's just when people don't think like you do, and it's hard for them to understand your point of view of where you're coming from, then things tend to get rocky. And so within that, I was trying to express myself on like, oh, well, I'm starting to feel this way because of this action. And this was like way after the fact I had told them. We had already graduated, off in college, doing whatever it is we doing or whatever. And I mean, like, honey, it just, the preference or the tolerance of me just became too much for them to take. It became too much for them to take. So that caused our friendship to diminish. Now within me, finding myself and becoming me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I came across a lot of people. I got asked a lot of questions like, oh, well, are you gay? Or are you bi? Well, how do you know that you're really gay if you never try men? Like, no, trying men is not the case, because, you know, like, I had plenty of boyfriends, you know. Hell, I had plenty of boyfriends. I even got 2 baby daddies that I'm not even gonna mention. But, well, no, that's a different story time. But, yeah. I told my brother he was loving of me. You know, I told Glow she was loving of me. I told Cheyenne and Mumu, I mean, Shan Ice and Mumu. And yeah, our friendship kind of diminished itself. And then I told Kiki, she's still my sister. We still tight to this day. And like, a lot of my friends, well, a lot of my so-called friends, like, you know, they didn't really care, because, you know, we weren't really that close or whatever. So it was just neither here nor there. Everybody was ready to just leave the house and go be grown on their own in college. Like, oh, I can do what I want to do. I'm ready to turn up. I'm ready to party. That's what everybody else is on. But, you know, to each his own. But that's the story of me coming out, part 1, to my friends. Yeah, them people, all them people is just gone at this point. So that's another thing that I want to point out in my part 1 segment. I will go more in depth about it in my part 2 segment when I tell my mom. But you have to love yourself enough to lose people because you finally accepted yourself. You said no to the image that others painted of you for you without your permission. You said no to that image, and you finally say yes to who you really are. And when you finally say yes to who you really are, you see people move different. You see people come, you see people go, you see people start to change. And you know, it ain't got nothing to do with you. It's just that once you finally start to live your truth, they just probably not meant to live their truth with you. Or your truth is too much for them to fathom. You know what I'm saying? Like, your truth is your truth. Point blank, period. Whether if you want to admit it to yourself when you're young, or I don't care if you're 80, 70, 50 years old and you still never came out, you still got time to. If you still have breath in your body, you still have time to fully accept yourself and love yourself for who you are. You have to. That's the only way that you are going to be yourself. You're made to be different. You're made to stand out. You're made to be fearless. So, fearless. You are made to be fearless. So fear less. Fear less and love more. Fear less and be more confident in the things that you do and who you are. Yes, people will walk away from you. Yes, it will hurt. But at the end of the day, as long as you're happy with yourself, that's genuinely all that matters, right? Because, I mean, most people that try to critique you and try to tell you what's right and wrong are only doing that because they're unhappy with choices that they've made on how they live their life. And they're going to project their issues or their concerns or their problems onto you when you have nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. So me, my coming out story, I lost all my friends. Over the course of the years, I lost all my friends. And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay. I'm gonna tell you, like I told my mother at a very young age, as long as I got God, I'll be okay. So with that being said, I want you guys to make sure that you watch Faye's coming out story. Stay tuned for my part 2. It will be on Philo and Tip channel. This is going to be on my original channel. Or maybe it's going to be on Philo and Tip. And then my part 2 will be on my original. But yeah, this is going to be on Philo and Tip channel. This is going to be on Philo and Tip channel. And my part 2 is going to be on Fearless Tip channel. Make sure that y'all go subscribe to both channels. Hit that bell notifications. Put a comment down below. Let us know how you feel. Tell me your coming out story. Tell me how you feel. Tell me your transition into becoming self and loving self and accepting self. I love to hear those stories because it motivates me. It gives me encouragement to still be myself. To know that I'm not alone and that I'm not the same as everybody else try to make people out to be. I'm indifferent. You know what I'm saying? I like to know that there's other people out there that are like me, that are outspoken, that doesn't matter, that love who they love and just going to be self regardless of what anybody else has to think. I need people like that around me. So please comment on mine. Let me know your story. Tell me what you think of my story and if it helped you any at all. And I will see you guys in my part 2. See you later.